dear parents, staff, and students. The proverb for today: every man has his price. Every man has his price. Some people, they declare themselves as patriots. They declare themselves as principled people. But there is also a very famous, popular saying: every man has his price. They will compromise at some point of time and compromise on their principles or patriotism. We can buy them. If not by money, by position, by offering power. You know, there is something called horse trading. This, of course, it has a literal meaning, buying and selling of horses by a hard bargain, but it is very popularly used in politics. Usually this is done when there is a hung parliament or something, and the people who needs majority will try to get politicians from the opposition by offering them lots of money, posts, ministerial berths, and things like that. They lure them, and allegedly they also succeed in that. Is it true? Does every man has a price? Is there no exception? At this juncture, let me get in just a fable, okay, from the folklore. In 2006, there was a movie called 300. Have you watched that movie? In 300, Leonidas is the hero, and he leads 300 Spartan warriors against Xerxes, right? Xerxes has a lot of military might, and then he wanted to have Athens also in his empire, and he wants to invade. But the Spartans, they resist that. They meet at a war, and these 300 warriors, they slaughter the Xerxes army. Then Xerxes himself, he comes, and then he offers, Leonidas, I have seen your army, your warriors, I don't want to kill you all. You are petty, 300 people. I have 3 lakh worth of army right behind me. I will make all your enemies, the enemies of Spartans, the enemy of Athens, to kneel before you. But for that, you have to kneel before me, Xerxes offers. And then Leonidas says, Xerxes, it's such a kind offer what you have given me. But you know what? From morning I am slaughtering your military people. That's why I have a cramp in my knee. That's why I can't bend my knee. It is a problem for me. Of course, this is a folklore. This is from the folk. But then, do you think Mahatma Gandhi, right, who brought us freedom, do you think he would compromise on his values? Right? Can he be bought? Or even Martin Luther King, who fought for the civil rights, do you think he can be bought? There are people, right, who can't be bought. I want to believe that. Okay? And I want to tell you about one interview I watched. There, one IPS officer was giving an interview to a journalist, and then he asked, Sir, there is so much corruption. What do you say about that? In IAS, IPS, there is corruption. What do you say about that? He gave a nice answer. I liked that answer. I will tell you that. He said, see, this corruption, it has a bell curve. You know a bell curve? A bell curve is a slight curve. It goes up and then comes down, and then there is a slight curve. This is a bell curve. He said, This first slight curve are the people who would never bend, never compromise on their principles. You lure them, you give them money, you give them power, you give them a death threat, they will not budge, they will not bend, they stick. That small curve is there. And this curve at this end are corrupt. You tell them anything, you punish them, you put them in jail, okay, you flog them, they are still corrupt. But this curve is there now. They are fence sitters, okay, they will do corruption, they will not do corruption. If they think there is no danger, they will become corrupt. If they think there is some danger, they will not be corrupt. Right. So that is his view, not my view. Right. So I am just telling you what I have heard in the interview. So what I mean to say is, though this is very popular, every man has his price, may be right, but like this IPS officer said, or some of the exemplary people what we have, it need not be true also. But anyway, the proverb for today is, every man has his price. Good day everyone.